Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around. Mysteries we have found. In the shadows we dance. Take a chance, take a chance. Ghostly figures, guiding light. Readers and seekers in the night.
Good morning and good morning, blissful diversions. It's funny, so good morning from the great white north. So I am old enough to remember Second City Television, and I am old enough to remember that song by Bob and Doug McKenzie. So anytime you say that, I'm just going to have to laugh. So, oh, good morning. It's a Friday. That's awesome. For some of us, hopefully for everybody. But what we're doing here is we're taking a chance to whatever day this is to just stopping and taking a breath. That's our reminder. Reminder it's okay to put our feet flat on the floor, butt comfortable in the chair and the shoulders relaxed. And listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. A reminder to take a breath. So I'm sitting here getting ready this morning and everything else, and I got a email from somebody asking if I could do if I can come over and do readings for their family today. And for some reason, for whatever reason, and they're like right down the road here. It's funny. I need to ask my daughter. She probably knows his daughter. Because he says his daughter's in from college. And it's funny because I'm a musician. So one of the things that somebody who does something like this, I go through periods of stage fright where it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it. And that is just the most normal thing in the world, and we all work through it. But it's just funny because that's kind of like sometimes a natural first inclination of, you know, if I'm about to go play a gig, it's like maybe I don't feel well. Even though I've done thousands of gigs and thousands of readings, we'll literally have them online too. It's just one of those things where we have our skills like the magician card, and then sometimes it's so normal to second guess. It's so normal to question. So it's kind of one of those reasons why we do tarot. It's one of those things where why we do the meditation. So I talk about that every morning because I want the entire world. It's just one of those things where we check in so we can acknowledge. And then for me, something like this is just so I can laugh and say, you know what? I've done this a million times. So, what are we doing other than just taking a breath, relaxing our shoulders? We are checking in. We're checking in with the universe. We are sitting here, and as I like to say, the universe holds up that mirror and asks us, what do we see? And personally, I use the tarot for that reflection. So, with that in mind, I'm going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if you believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this conversation will lead down one path, this is a different one, and this stack a totally different direction. So the question is, which thread am I going to pull? And today it's Friday, and I'm going to go right at the heart. What's right at the center there? So, looking at our 3 and 1, lay them out. And taking that breath and a small sip of coffee. then flipping each card over one at a time, like they're the pages of a book. And our first card is the Chariot. So this is why I say that it doesn't matter what somebody believes, if they believe that there is a metaphysical reason for the cards, or to me, sometimes I explain it like a Rorschach test. Is that the ink blot test you would sometimes hear of, where somebody holds up an ink blot and it could be you say it looks like a butterfly. Somebody else might say it looks like their mother. It's what it triggers when we're looking at it. So with that conversation just having about going to do the readings today, somebody asking spontaneously and stage right. The Chariot. So what is the Chariot? Look at this guy. So the Chariot is about self-will. It's about having the will to just say, I'm going to get this done. I mean, here he is. Here's our charioteer. He's got the two Sphinx right here. He doesn't have reins, which means that his self-will is so strong that when he decides to go in a particular direction, all he has to do is just apply his self-will, and they will pull that chariot along to wherever he needs to go. So that is a card of self-will, but the rest of the card is going to dictate the rest, because we have appropriate use of self-will, and then we have self-will run riot. So what is the next card? It's the Three of Cups. So today we're reading reversals. So normally the card would be like this, and we see three people gathering together. Cups are about harmony, spirituality, emotions, and feelings. And we can see three is about growth, coming together. And so when we have the Chariot, and then we come into here, sometimes we just step into a situation and it's my way or the highway. It's how we affect the people around us. So today is about taking a look at what we want, when we want it, and how we want it. We all sometimes can get stressed. We all sometimes can have an idea and decide that this is what we want. And when we get in that headspace sometimes, we don't recognize how other people are seeing it. And that when we have the Knight of Coins, so here we have this Knight. And the Knight of Coins, so Knights are fire and energy, and it's supposed to be movement, it's supposed to be action. But coins are the element of earth, which is grounded. So this particular horse is not a war horse. This is like a plow horse. This is this is not about movement. And so this knight here is kind of like, instead of being in motion, and fire needs to be in motion, it's almost as if he's sitting there just staring at the globe, at the coin here. And he's maybe, if this is somebody at work there, or me, because court cards can be us, they could be somebody else, taking too long, taking notes, doing all these things because it's reversed. And so, which means there is no movement, which means that things aren't happening. And sometimes we are our own worst enemy. Sometimes it's, I want what I want when I want it. And if things aren't happening, sometimes I don't realize how my attitude could be affecting others around us. So let's see what the advice card is. It's the Fool. So in this situation here, especially with the charioteer, sometimes we just plow ahead. Doesn't matter why. It could be, we've had a good day and we just are proving our point. We've had a bad day and we just want to get it over with. But this is about holding up the mirror today and saying, where am I at as compared to the environment I'm in? Where am I at compared to the environment that I'm in. Because my actions are going to affect those around me, and it's going to affect what gets done. So there is an appropriate use of self-will. So if we imagine I have something that needs to be done, and instead of just plowing through things, and this could be family, because of the holidays, it could be anything. But imagine it's like I use my self-will in an appropriate way, and I bring people together, and I'm like, we're going to get this done. We're a team, and we're going to recognize it's like, okay, things aren't moving, but if we're not arguing, or if I'm not getting my way, then the movement can start happening. And if the advice card is the Fool, and here we have two majors, two trumps, then the Fool is just like letting things go. This is almost like the opposite of the Charioteer, who's going to make things happen. The Fool says, you know what? Things are going to happen in their own time, and they're going to let it go. I mean, this person is absolutely letting it go, and they're enjoying that sunshine. They may walk off the cliff, but if we have the support of those around us, and we're all working together, then that teamwork will keep us all from walking off a cliff, things like that. So today, it's about enjoying the day, enjoying the people around us, enjoying getting something done without having to be the charioteer, the one who's forcing stuff, the one who needs, you can't argue with a cat, right? You can try and self-will a cat, but you're not going to win. 2-year-olds, there's different ways you can handle it, right? Groups of people, family. So today, when we find that we are wanting to force something to happen, maybe today's not the day for it. Maybe today is just, or this weekend is not the time to just cause a disruption because we think it should be a particular way. Maybe today is the day to just let it go. Today is a day to find acceptance. Today's a day to just breathe and let people enjoy their cups. And then come up with a plan to get that movement flowing again. So, it's all about the appropriate use of self-will and just letting go. And with that, I hope everybody has that amazing day. And what's Blissful say? Yeah, maybe I should chill today. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. It's like, you know what? As long as I'm relaxed, and being a performer, as long as I'm relaxed, guess what? Everybody's going to have fun. And again, it's like, I know my anxieties, and I know that when I go out to read for, if I know I go out to play music, the moment that I decide that I'm going to self-will it is the moment that I know that I'm going to freeze up. But when I relax, then body memory can take place, and I just have so much fun. So with that, I hope everybody here has so much fun. Take care. Thanks again. Enjoy that chill from the Great White North. I'm a huge fan of Rush. That's how old I am again. I actually saw them back in concert back in the early 80s. So they were my first band. So I really always had a thing for Canada. So take care. I will talk to you all on Monday.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around, the story